Tuesday for Cincinnati is in the books. When you look at it playing on Friday, we're into another different week, so to speak. And coming out here today is our hard full padded practice, and then tomorrow we'll have an academic day, and we'll get an opportunity to meet a little bit, and then we'll be back into kind of our Tuesdays, our Wednesday, and our Wednesdays, our Thursday, so to speak, to try and get everything done before we travel on Thursday and play the game on Friday. You look back at the game the other day, it's frustrating because in so many areas we're so close. I'm certainly not trying to make any excuses, but the bottom line, we're close, but we're not getting it done. We're still shooting ourselves in the foot. And if they are better than us, then I'll be the first one to stand up and say, you know what, we got beat today. But I feel like we're losing, not getting beat. When you go out there and you give up an uncontested deep ball and you throw an interception where they start on your 5-yard line right before the half, that's a 14-point swing. And the other 170 plays in the football game, it was a 6-6 football game, and it was a classic battle with two Big East teams playing great defense and going hard at each other. But the thing that on defense, the thing that we've got to turn and do a better job of defensively, we got to find a way to create some turnovers on defense. This is, I believe, 2 games our defense has not created a turnover. Our offense can certainly help that, because if you don't score any points, you don't take anybody out of their comfort zone, and so they can play very conservatively and throw the ball to the flat and punt it away and say, you got to drive 80 yards to beat me, and right now we're not good enough to do it. On offense, as I said in the press conference afterwards, I think right now we're not a very good offensive football team. We're not very good for a number of reasons. They keep track by how many points you put up. And you look at it, we are not consistent enough to take the ball and drive down the field and be a methodical, machine-like of offensive team and get 4, 5, 6 yards of crack. We're not consistent enough in the passing game. We're not consistent enough on third down to turn and be that type of football team. Unfortunately, we're not a big play team either. We're not a team that's turning and getting yardage in big chunks of yardage and get 20 yards or 30 yards and being able to change the field and flip the field. And that's why we're not very good right now. And we've got to come back in as a staff, as a team, as an offensive unit. And we've got to look at, as I said to y'all on Saturday, or was it Thursday? On Thursday, we've got to sit down. We've got to look at what we're doing, who we're doing it with, how we're doing it. We got to turn and look at this hard. You don't want to panic because one week you weren't on, so to speak. But when you go 2 games the way we have as the way we have as an offensive football team, we got to look at changing something, because I'm not a status quo and just sit here and keep doing what we're doing. I'm encouraged with our special teams. I'm encouraged with a lot of individual play. I'm encouraged with what our defense is doing for the most part, and I'm encouraged with a lot of guys that are playing really well for us on offense. I can't ask Mo Blanchard to do any more. You can't ask Dontavian Boken or Samson Janis, or you can't ask those guys to play any better. That's what frustrates me more than anything, is these seniors that are working so hard, and we got an obligation to turn and set the standard and raise the level of play to a standard where we have a chance to be competitive in this league. But right now, I'm certainly not here to blame the offensive defense or the special teams, but our offense right now is the weak link that we've got to strengthen.